Hey, it's Jack, and I'm looking forward to bringing you your Massachusetts market update for September. There was no market update in August because I was in a big trip across the country. It was very exciting, but now I'm back, so let's get into it for the single-family home market in Massachusetts. And let's talk about prices first. Prices have slipped a little bit. From the peak in July of $792,000 on average. That was the average sales price for a house in Massachusetts, single-family home. We're not talking condos. Single-family home in Massachusetts in July, and now it has slipped down to $750,000. It's actually a pretty good dip. 2 months in a row, it's actually declined. And this should be consistent with what we've seen overall in the country. A little bit of a softening of the overall real estate market. I would in no way call it a buyer's market. No way call it a buyer's market. But it's a little bit off the hysteria that we saw back in, say, April, and the springtime market was just cray-cray. And so things are easing off a little bit, and you can see that right away with the most important indicator. Average sales price for a single-family home is now down to $750,000. Not that that is affordable or anything, but it is off the peak. Also down slightly, but still very pro-seller, is the ratio between the sales price and the original price. That is now eased off down to 101% from the peak of 107 in June. So that means, once again, just a quick example, if you're selling your house for $100,000, you list it for $100,000, you're going to sell it for $101,000. And then you can extrapolate from there. But in other words, the bidding wars, as we just mentioned, have eased off. The list price is pretty much what you're going to pay for the property, and you're not going to have to put another 5 or 6% premium on top of that. At least that's what the market is saying now, that things have eased off. The hysteria has calmed down a little bit. We are at 16 days to offer for your average single-family home in Massachusetts. That's still very aggressive. You're basically accepting an offer in about 2 weeks from when you list your home. And that is up very slightly, but anything under 20 days is very pro-seller. So it's not as quick as it was when we were almost down to 10 days. But yeah, it's a mild easing here. Basically, you're going to get an offer and you're going to accept it in about 2 weeks, maybe just a little bit more. Now, looking at the number of homes sold per month, that is kind of moderated a little bit. There might be some seasonality in this number. It does tend to kind of slow down after August. So we're still averaging for the last 3 months about 5,000 closings per month statewide. That is definitely up from where it was in, say, February of this year. As you can see, we had a pretty good uptrend over the course of the calendar year, and now we've kind of stalled a little bit at about 5,000. But not a lot of movement either way in this number, so this seems to be consistent with current trends, where we have a little bit of market indecision in a little way. All right, so let's take a look at the inventory. What's on the market? So on the first of the month, of this month, we hit 4,799. That was actually down from 5,310. We actually hit kind of a peak at 5,310. As you can see, we had an upswing all year up to 5,310, and then a slight decline for September 1st. I just checked, and we are now up to 4,974. That is total single-family homes on the market today, September 7th, when I'm recording this video. I really don't believe that we're going to hit any type of equilibrium in this market until we are at least north of 6,000 single-family homes to choose from on a daily basis in Massachusetts, and we are not yet there. You may have heard, and I've been talking to my agents about this, The Federal Reserve Chairman Powell has been making some comments. He was out in Jackson Hole in the last week or two, and he was very clear that the pain will continue. In other words, we're going to have more interest rate hikes in the near future, and most certainly there will be no reductions in the interest rate. So that is going to continue to eat into buyers' ability to purchase at these higher prices. And I think that's what you're beginning to see with this pricing that has come down off its peaks. And we will most likely, going by what Powell said, continue to see that trend. A continuing softening of the market and more of an equilibrium as the months go forward. But, I don't have a crystal ball. Nobody does. At least I don't think so. So we will see. I'm Jack Gately for Jack Gately Real Estate and the Online Real Estate Academy. Have a great day.